Hey, what is going on, guys, gals, aliens, and degen freaks? Welcome to Dano Crypto. On this channel, we show you guys how to make simple and effective and easy moves in the cryptocurrency ecosystem. So we had the bearish sentiment set in. We had the Bitcoin price moving down. We had seen $60,500 per Bitcoin, and this is all just short-term bearishness, guys. And we've been saying this, that there was a big possibility that we would break down to these levels. We had them marked on some specific charts, and we said, look, descending wedges tend to break to the upside. But there's a possibility that if we don't break the level, then we would be going down. So it happened. So we were just putting both, scenarios on the table. And I will say, guys, we were more on the side of it breaking up to the upside. We were being a little too bullish, I guess, in the short term. And we were thinking, look, this descending wedge, it's hitting these levels, guys. And we ended up being a little too much on the side. That wasn't the one that would make us money, but indeed push us a little lower to the downside. So we're going to look at the chart here. We're going to look at the Coinbase chart, I believe, is the one that we had marked on the 4-hour wedge here. And let's get to it. So, all right. So here is the chart, guys, that we had marked just on Friday. And we actually had a range here where we said, oh, no, if the Bitcoin price ends up getting into this purple box range, then longs are going to get wrecked. And essentially, that is indeed what happened. If we were thinking through on Friday of flipping a little bit more bearish and going short, then we would have been played out very well in terms of the trades. But this is if you're a trader, guys. If you are a DCA holder and you just buy crypto and hold it, then things like this don't matter. And actually, things like this, you're like, yes, I get to scoop up all these discounts, because if you go to danielcurtishughes.com and look at the crypto bubbles and you look at the daily, even look at the weekly, most altcoins have been kind of getting wrecked. But if you go on the monthly, a little bit of a different story. You know, we have some outliers. Even most of these altcoins are still in the red on the monthly. But this is where you guys can do your research and say, look, okay, what coins are the strongest that have been performing, outperforming everyone? And it's been Pepe, it's been Brett, it's been Jasmy, it's been Notcoin, the meme coin on the TON chain, and then we have TON also. These are the bubbles that are appearing here in the green for the monthly. Kaspa. So we don't do very much TA on Kaspa, but we do mention it. We do mention it because we know people like Kaspa. We know Kaspa is one of the competing layer ones that's in the space. And it's what we know of it, it is a proof of work, kind of just like Bitcoin. So you can mine Kaspa. And they are going to have smart contracts and the whole thing. So Kaspa is definitely something to look into, you know. But yeah, these are the outliers on the month here. And then if you look at the yearly, here, and you can see that the ones that pop out to me are Fetch AI, Solana. We have Floki, we have TON Chain, we have Ordi, Jasmy, Ruin, Thorchain, Bonk, which is the Solana meme coin. We have Pendle, cross-chain, capability with Pendle, staking protocol, Pepe, strong Ethereum meme coin, Jasmy, and then we got Near Protocol. We have AKT. I mean, there's a lot of... How do you mine Kaspa? I don't know. I mean, I guess you get a Kaspa miner. Don't ask me. I am not the person to ask about mining in general. So But I would imagine if it is proof of work, I'm sure there's a way that you can start running a Caspa node and mine Caspa. I don't know the process, but I feel like it might be somewhat of that nature. You got to get the right equipment. Let's see. And let's see, AI Griff is asking, was there bad news about Sol? Bad news? No, I don't think so. I haven't heard. I don't know if there's any breaking news for Solana, not that I am aware of. But we do have some news that is covering a little bit of what is the sentiment around in the market right now. We're going to get into a little bit of it. And we will make sure we update you guys on all the things. So if you did catch us on the Moon Show this morning, Mr. M is a master at curating all of the most recent news, and he was on vacation. He actually was off the Moon Show for a good week, so Crypto Kid stepped in, and he had us on our normal Monday, so it was cool to be able to have a one-on-one with Crypto Kid. So it's really awesome. It's very humbling also to have a conversation with someone who is as young as Crypto Kid, but is more knowledgeable about the financial markets than I am. He's done the homework. I think because he's in a homework mindset because he's still in high school. So he's able to grind. I was like, oh my God, I'm like, get me to try and do that, type of research. He goes deep, but we want to give him some props, and also we have to make fun of ourselves. But yeah. So Mr. M was covering something that Kathy Wood said, and so people are always kind of getting baited, I guess, into mentioning like, oh, who are you gonna vote for, and then it's supposed to be like, oh, but. Let's see. But I want you guys to listen to this clip here. Let me make sure the sound is all good. And I think we can go to the clip here. All right. So this is Kathy Wood. This is Met Kevin. Looks like a little panel they got going on here. Whoop. Let's go here. Where is the tweet? Where's the video? We just had it. I don't know where the heck it went. Give me just a second, guys. Son of a gun. Oh, what the... Where did it go? I'm so sorry, guys. I just had it up and then it just disappeared. All right. Well, we'll just explain it. Well, actually, let's go to. I could just pull it off of the Moon Show. Here, I'll just go to the Moon Show. I'll go to the Moon Show link. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Give me just a second. Go to the Moon, and this is good. This is good shill. This is a good shill for the Moon channel. All right, so go to the Moon, and then this was the live stream this morning. So let's go to the clip.
This has been a topic on the table. Like
we talked about it for Biden, obviously, hot minute here.
His people are telling him to be pro crypto.
Got to go where we actually play the clip.
I can see.
So,
10 for.
As I've said.
By the way, I'm not proud. Those are the.
Did we ever even play it?
By saying publicly you were buying a bucket load of.
We just talked a lot, and then.
Do you see what I'm going with?
Okay, there we go.
The corner,
Let's
but
go.
look, she's
here we go. Okay.
Is it?
Aha. There we go. All right. Let me get my headphone in. All right, let's do it.
The word is, so as I've said to my children, so I have 2 girls and a boy, and they're split on this. As I've said to them, look, I am going to vote for the person who's going to do the best job for our economy. I am a voter when it comes to economics. And on that basis, Trump. I mean, So, Art Laffer describes the first 3 years of the Trump presidency as the best in U.S. economic history. Not the last one because of COVID, and I would agree.
Wow. There you have it. That's our answer. And by the way,
So that's cool. I mean, I think a lot of people are going to start voting like that. A lot of the times people vote on different issues, and a lot of the times one is going to pull them towards a candidate more so than the other. But I think now people, if you're looking at your bank account, you're looking at your paycheck, you're looking at all the statistics, and you're like, dang, everything is triple the price. I'm getting paid kind of the same wage. I might have gotten a little bit of a raise, but 50 cents or $1 is not going to equate to what the prices have inflated to overall. And that's just for gas prices, oil. The deals that we've been doing with countries are terrible. It's like letting someone who is not good at the finances be the CFO, and then they were really good at just being like the person in the front or something, you know, to kind of go to the meetings or be the person that shakes hands and blah blah blah, you know. But then they shoved them over to do the finances, and they were like, "What? I don't know how to do bookkeeping," and you get them to run the whole show, and that's kind of how it feels. But yeah, in terms of thinking of preserving a lot of the things that we want to keep in America, like certain jobs. I mean, you have to think about crypto has a lot of job opportunities, and I think a lot of it has been pushed offshore of fear of not being able to operate adequately inside the United States regulatory framework. And so we've seen that with Coinbase and with Kraken and with crypto.com and, you know, a lot of these different exchanges that they and Gemini, they want to operate inside the United States, but they end up having to feel like they are going to almost be setting up more offshore and setting up most of their operations out of the United States. And what does that do? And I think that was part of Operation Choke Point, in my opinion, where it comes to like if we were to just be positive on crypto and just be like, yes, like we're going to help, we're going to like, look at like the seed funding that happens in other parts of finance or companies or whatever it may be. And the fact that like some of these companies can get seed funded, and whether it be venture capital, whether it be, you know, whatever the source is coming from, imagine that you are a young 20-something, you're coming out of MIT, you're coming out of tech college, you're coming out of whatever, I don't know. And say you're wanting to like literally start a crypto company, and you're discouraged to do so, and you don't get funding, and that dream or whatever it may be ends up getting crushed. And think of how many people could actually be influenced around into that direction, but it ends up going to push offshore. And that's not like I don't want other markets to do well. Obviously, especially the Asian markets. The Asian markets know, like places like Singapore, and then you got the UAE, United Emirates, that whole area, Dubai, like just that whole area as well, in the Middle East, basically being super pro crypto. Then you have, I mean, go down the list of places that are ultimately becoming pro crypto, and it's helping their economy. It's opening up new businesses, streams of income, and things like that. So I think in America, once people in retail and actual retail stores start RWAing their business around crypto, and they learn about the tokenization, they learn about, you know, how companies already do this with point systems based on figures and metrics and statistics and all that stuff. Like, hey, spend this, you're going to get this many points. If you build up this many points, you can spend it on an item. So it's going to be the same thing where a lot of these companies are going to be like, oh my gosh, we can just like have this token program, which is essentially like a points program, and then builds incentive. You can, you know, say your favorite company is doing a big event. You hold a certain amount of their token, you get to go VIP to a thing. I don't know. I mean, it can go as far as that. It can go as far as that. But I don't know. I feel like maybe I'm boring you guys. Am I boring you guys? I hope I'm not boring you. But yeah, it's just there's so many things that ultimately keep me bullish on crypto regardless of the short-term price action. All right, so and the conversation that me and Mr. M had, Maurizio, was ultimately about DCAing is the best way that you can take a lot of the emotions out of the game here. And because this is a game, a lot of it is player to player when you're in the trading. And so if you want to eliminate a lot of the emotion out of your strategy, then the best strategy that has been proven by far is the best one is dollar cost averaging. Dollar cost averaging, for all you new people, dollar cost averaging is just setting up a basis of what you want to invest in, whether it be Bitcoin, Ethereum, maybe you have a meme coin bag that you think is long-term. I don't know, whatever it is. You can even split it up all. I mean, it doesn't matter. You could say, I'm just going to buy $50 of Bitcoin for a year. I mean, just in perpetually, whatever it is. I want to buy, say you have $100 a week. Say after everything that you've bought that is in your budget, you pay your rent, you pay your cell phone bill, everything is left over, and you're like, okay, I figured I got about $500 left over in the month. Maybe 1,000, maybe you have 1,000. I don't know. Maybe. And then you can really start to set up a really awesome strategy of building up your crypto. I call it the crypto savings account. You know, it's like building up your crypto savings account. You do your best not to like spend it or swap it out fast or get caught in FOMO and say, oh, I'm going to take a little bit from this bag so I can go into this thing. I'll tell you, that is where you get absolutely wrecked. And I'm telling you from personal experience, the DCA bag is what you want for your long-term. Like, I am holding this up until the longest point I can, up until it feels juicy and frothy to take the profits, you know? And then that's where stable coins come in. That's where you don't sell the whole bag. Maybe you want to just hold, maybe you want to sell half of it. I don't know. And then you hold the rest. You build your moon bags. But the DCA strategy ultimately beats every strategy, even the ones that try and time the top and sell their Bitcoin and then try and buy back in at a cheaper price so that they can get more Bitcoin. I mean, like, even those people get wrecked because you're playing a really tricky game. You're playing a really tricky game of trying to time the market, and good effing luck trying to time the market when it does crazy stuff. It does crazy stuff sometimes. The market just the market did what the opposite of what I thought it was going to do. I was 100% wrong. Friday, going into the weekend, I thought, okay, we've consolidated like a good amount. I mean, God, we like wicked down to 63,000. I was like, okay, if we bounced from 63, we have a good chance to come back up. A pretty damn good chance. But I was 100% wrong. 100% wrong. We ended up going all the way the opposite direction. And I would say if we would have been right, then this level right here would have been a 6% move to the upside for Bitcoin. I think it would have been a 6% move to the upside on Bitcoin, bouncing if we were to actually get support off of that level when we did, and it would have put us up into the trajectory of this one of those previous resistance levels. And so that would have put us at 67, but now it gives us a little bit more time. It gives us a little bit more market structure to analyze and to see, hey, are we getting a good bounce, or we don't have enough money flow to be able to get the price to push back up from here? Are we going to see lower levels? I mean, are we going to see lower levels? Now we go to the Bitstamp chart here, and these levels were already marked. You know, these levels were already marked. And I did too, Crypto Naughty. I got smacked. And because I was thinking that I was right, I went more in. I was like, I'm going to go more in. And I got wrecked. This, you know, sometimes you're wrong. Sometimes you're wrong. Sometimes you're wrong. And guys, I mean, I think you were probably feeling the same thing too. You were like, look, the market was, people were, I mean, if you were reading the tweets and all the things, like everyone was like, we're about to pump. It's pump incoming. I can't tell you how many pump incoming tweets I read over from Friday and Saturday and Sunday, just everywhere. And so I should have known. I should have known by everyone saying that the opposite was going to happen. And sometimes that works. If you use that analysis as your trading indicator, if everyone's like pump incoming, pump incoming, pump incoming, it's probably going to freaking dump. Yeah, but I'll say if you're so if you're just buying and holding, you're only wrecked if you sell 100%. And so your goal as a buy and hold and a buyer and a hodler, your goal is to not get shaken out of the market by selling at a loss, and just knowing that your portfolio through these times will go down 20%, it will go down 30%, and then it's going to go up like 60%, and then it might go down another 15, and you're like, you know, you're freaking out. I mean, that's what it does to you, but it's called the shakeout. It's the full shakeout. It's how the market gets all of the weak hands out. It reveals where institutional whales, are going to be buying. And then you can just zoom out. If you start getting too, I love this advice. I've heard it from a lot of really smart people that have been in crypto way longer than me. I mean, like years and years longer than me. And what they say is just a when in doubt, when we have short-term price bearishness, just zoom out. Zoom out, look at the weekly chart. Look at the weekly chart. Look that, I mean, from 40K here, 45K, ascending wedge pinch. I mean, we've just been crushing it. So this is totally normal. I think this could be one of the biggest bear traps, double top bear traps ever in history of Bitcoin, especially because of the long-term vision of where it's going, how people are talking about it, and it's going to be different than what we had here. Because look, if you were to look at this, you would say, oh shit, that looks pretty similar to what's happening right here, but look at how different the measurement is, okay? If hopefully I can pick this whole thing up and I can move it. Yeah, cuz I'll just take this and let's move it over here. And I'll just move it right on top of this. Okay? Look at the different size of the pattern. It's the same pattern, but it's tight. Okay? You get what I mean? Like, it's tight. Like, here's that one. And it's about damn near the same, but it's shorter and it's more tight wound, like a rubber band. This is why I think we're in a giant cup and handle pattern that will break towards the end of the year, going into $150,000 per Bitcoin. And that is my bull case. 150, between 125 and 150 per Bitcoin at the end of the year. And what's going to take is that we have, if we go to, where is the monthly returns? Bitcoin monthly returns, where is it? Where did it go? Data. Bitcoin monthly returns. Where is it? There it is. Okay, so what's playing out now is that we have a red June, May faked us out. We were kind of used to was like a sell in May, go away or something like that. I guess that did play out a little bit. You know, if you would have been like selling a lot of your stuff when it was topping out around here and just selling, and then say, hey, we're gonna be dumping because we're getting too frothed, and it goes to, you know, into June. And June, the beginning of June could have been the sign because we were at like 2%. Now it's at 9%. And maybe that could have been a little bit of looking into the crystal ball of saying, oh man, we're going red right now in June. Maybe it might be a good time to sell and go short and see how low we could go. How low could we go? And this is the thing, you know, we're learning. I think that right there, what you just heard me do, and if you just listen to everything that I was just saying, that was a learning experience and opportunity for me, because I analyzed the market wrong, and I'm trying to point out areas of what I looked at previously that could have given me a little bit of a different middle ground thesis, instead of being too on one side or the other, but kind of kept me in a little bit more in the middle. At least when it comes to trading, and at least when it comes to looking at the short-term price action of where Bitcoin or Ethereum is going to go. Because that's going to dictate where your altcoins are going to go. And the fact that it is a globally traded asset 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365, everywhere, that these patterns can ultimately fake you out, because then as we're looking at the charts and we're thinking, yes, it's super bullish, but then people through the weekend are also trading it. And AI Griff says, I think it's a giant cup and hand job pattern. It might be if we get faked, but if it doesn't indeed break out, then we could be looking at some interesting price movements here. I mean, you can see it. It just seems like it could be a overextended handle, but my target for that would be here. So breaking out 106,000. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna go ahead and end the stream here. We just wanted to give you a little bit of a breakdown of the market. We wanted to start it early, but we also have to end it early. So we do appreciate you guys. We're going to be streaming later today. So if you come back, we're going to be streaming at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And thank you guys for coming in. Thank you for hitting the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. If you're new to the channel, go back and watch some of our other older videos and hit the like button and all that stuff. Comment. And we do appreciate you guys coming in. And we'll see you on the next one. Peace out.